Amazing audience, we are live with JC Preston. JC Preston has been instrumental in organizing a ton of things that will be seen today, right? And we'll talk about it. But more than anything else, I want to take the time to say thank you. Let this be said in history that I believe Indianapolis is going to be on top today, right? I'm saying it now, right? Let's see if I need to eat my feet. Like, Indianapolis won. But JC, most definitely, thank you. It's a great pleasure to connect with you, to see you. He's real, folks. Yeah, he was on the podcast. He's real. JC, what's new? What are you doing? What's up?
A lot of things. Well, and this is something that you'll be hearing about time and time again today, because a couple of the speakers that we got are part of our community here in town. But yeah, we're really excited about the different things that are going on and involved with, everywhere from art, music, nonprofits, commerce, getting everybody together. So, but yeah, as far as business is going well. Looking at.
Well, bring us up to speed. The last time we spoke, you spoke about the nonprofit, and then you spoke about 317, right? Mm-hmm. And the incubator.
Right.
Right. So where are things from there to now?
Well, the update is that we're actually moving buildings, and come August, we're still working on closing on that, and a lot of cool stuff. And it's changing a little bit. We're still working out the kinks of what the new identity will be, but a lot of excitement. Yeah. And if the excitement wasn't there, we wouldn't have as many people as we have lined up today. Because again, they're all part of the community. So. It's moving. Back then it was a lot of theory and a lot of like, this would be nice sort of thing, and we're actually starting to see a lot of that in fruition.
What about a podcast?
Podcast is going great.
Sweet.
Actually, gotten to a point now where I have different interview people sending me interviews. Yeah. That service, and it's just like, hey, that's nice when you get to that other side where you don't have to be the one chasing the names. And you're actually starting to get sent people. So just published yesterday.
The name of the podcast is
Angles of Latitude.
There we go.
Angles of Latitude.
I remember the L and the attitude being separate.
That's right. That's right. And yesterday the last three previous episodes we were talking about real estate investing. And then yesterday, Harrison and I, which will be meeting here later today, we actually talked with a guy by the name of AJ Wilcox. And AJ, his specialty is marketing and LinkedIn. Ooh. Which no one knows about LinkedIn. Yeah. And he was like one of the pioneers of doing ads and campaigns on LinkedIn. So pretty interesting.
I love LinkedIn though. LinkedIn has been powerful in my path. It's a professional connection.
Yes, and that's one of the things that he talks about in there is that, if you're looking to do B2B ad campaigns, then that's the place to do it.
That's wonderful. So you're doing that. You obviously have a great community. You should get a seat, my friend. Yeah, so my wife is here. This is the beauty of doing live. But could you please sit? Because I care about your feet more than anyone else here. So you should sit. Thank you. And this is the beauty of life. This is not mine, but it does look wonderful with my t-shirt. So one of the segments we are enjoying covering is your own unique real shoes. And the segment of your own unique real shoes on the follow-up podcasters that I meet face-to-face speaks about, you are wearing so you look like you're wearing Skechers, right? Which are comfortable, which get the work done, right? Mm-hmm. So I could see that and say that, but I don't see the steps you've walked or the struggles you've had. Right. So what's one struggle you've had over the last year?
Over the last year was just, for me it was, we were talking about community, right? And the biggest thing that, and I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with, is really it's that whole Superman syndrome. And me being someone that can do a lot of things, I tend to try to do all those things. Yeah. And I'm not the only one that, as I've come to find out this past year, that's like that. And it's been interesting how can I relinquish some of those, start thinking about how I can hand over some of those tasks to other people, so that I don't necessarily have to be like the one that's in charge of the content development, the marketing, the connecting, all these different things.
You did it yesterday pretty well, right?
Yeah, well, that's just it. It's like, it's just amazing what, the whole...
You couldn't have done this. You couldn't have done this.
Right, without other people, exactly.
Well, no, let me say it over. You could have done it, but then you would have probably been sounding like angels. So we have, but it happened, and Susan was instrumental in that, right? Yeah. Susan, and there was some other guy in there as well helping. I'm not sure what is his name.
Yeah, Big Harrison.
I'm playing. It was amazing to see that happen, Yeah. So that was your struggle. When you heard that this guy from the Caribbean was coming to meet you, though, like really seriously coming,
right.
Not just here, he's coming, no, he's not going to make it. When you realized I was coming, what did you think?
Well, I think it was possible. I just recently drove back from California, so, in the 2.5 days.
Wow.
So, I definitely think that, it's definitely, if I had the time, I would actually have liked to have enjoyed that ride back, and I kind of envy what you guys are doing, because there's, you're getting to talk to so many people that normally you're talking to on Skype.
Yeah, it's better, I would say, like this, like seeing you, seeing your eyes. Like usually, I know some people say it's not good to look in someone's eyes when you're talking to them all of the time, but for me, it's like I only have this time, right? And then I have to go back to a LinkedIn picture or a Facebook picture. But to see you and see who you are and see how you interact with people, and it's fun. It's definitely so much more valuable now. Who would have thought something in the virtual world would have created value in this, right? But there is a huge value. You all are creating a community here of people that meet right here. Is that correct?
Correct. And that's what Harrison talks about all the time, is that what we're doing here in Indianapolis is creating Facebook offline.
I love it. I love it.
And you're looking at, again, different groups, silos of people that we all know, especially on Facebook, are siloed because of likes and what they talk about and all these different things.
Yeah.
So how do you start bringing those people back together?
Yeah.
And that's what we've been able to start. And you're going to get all kinds of different conversations. So
which is going to be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. What are you most, or what would you say you regret thus far?
Oh, I don't necessarily say I would regret it, but one of the biggest things that I've had as a learning hump is the fact that, not everybody wants to get to the same mountain. I realized that when I was in grad school. Not everybody has the same mountain of success and all these different things. And then when you do find those types of people, everybody then measures success differently.
Yeah.
So you don't. There's the group of unsuccessful people, or not necessarily unsuccessful, but that's not their focus. And then you have the group of successful people, like we're surrounded with today. But everybody measures that differently.
Yeah.
And so my learning curve, my regret is that I didn't necessarily notice that earlier. Because had I been able to do that, I would have leveraged college in a much different way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that was at this point almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things when I was in grad school was like, one of my professors was like, when you come back as a PhD, or when you go get your PhD, if you ever decide to, it has to be at least 10 years out. And I'm starting to kind of think about, is like, what would my PhD be about? It's like entrepreneurial education. What would be part of that education?
Communities.
Exactly.
I share a similar type set, where that is concerned. What are you most excited about right now?
Well, I think we've already kind of talked about it a little bit, but just keeping on what we're doing here. Indianapolis has been an entrepreneurial hub, at least kind of getting there for the last, again, 8 years or so, since 2010. We've really been heavy into the tech entrepreneurship space, but there's all kinds of entrepreneurs here in town. There's like Suzanne, we talked to her earlier.
Even Charlie, right?
Even Charlie, all the different things that she's doing. And as again, you'll find out that Neil, who's going to be the next guest.
Yeah.
I mean, he's actually a SaaS / app maker. I mean, and we have all these different things.
Yeah.
We have a maker space, so people that work with their hands and all these different things.
Wow.
We got artists, we got all.
It's going to be fun.
So yeah, just getting
excited.
I mean, all these folks together is exciting.
Where's the best place for people to connect with what Indianapolis is doing through you, JC?
Best place to get through us is Amplify Indy, but ideally down the road we'd want to actually get more Amplify fill in the blanks around the country.
Love it.
What we're trying to do here is build a prototype.
Hey, come to the Caribbean, do Amplify Trinidad. I mean, that'll be fun, right? Yeah. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love the concept. Well, in closing, my friend, what would you like to share with our amazing audience?
Well, I just heard this yesterday. I think it was called. There's a gal that was on the radio that was talking about how that no matter where you are in life, or if you feel that you have certain disabilities, or just whatever you're going through, that you can't get to that next level. I'm just going to give kind of guess what promo to her is that her thing was I stand beautiful.
Yeah.
And she actually has a deformed foot, and so every time that she was getting up every day, she would be reminded of her disability. And here she is getting on national radio, writing a book, and all these different things. And it's like you can get to that different point. So really, I think the biggest thing that people need to start doing is reaching out again, and again surrounding themselves with awesome people in their community. Love it. So,
JC Preston, this was a great pleasure, my friend. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.